July 8, 2019 report from the Federal Bureau of Investigation's National Threat Operations Center did document a tip about alleged abuse connected to Jeffrey Epstein and a claim involving Donald Trump. However, it's important to understand what the document actually represents and what investigators concluded. What the NTOC document describes: a woman contacted the FBI tip line. She said a friend of hers claimed she had been abused by Jeffrey Epstein roughly 35 years earlier, mid-1980s. According to the caller, the friend alleged she was forced to perform a sexual act with a man who was later identified in news reports as Donald Trump, who at that time would have been a private citizen and businessman. The alleged incident was said to have occurred in New Jersey. Important context: the caller was not the alleged victim. It was a second-hand report. The alleged victim was not identified in the document. The document reflects a tip received by the FBI, not a confirmed finding. Public reporting indicates no charges were filed against Donald Trump based on this claim. Tip line reports like this are routinely logged by the FBI even when they cannot be verified. Related background: Jeffrey Epstein was later charged with federal sex trafficking crimes in 2019, but died in jail before trial. Investigations and civil cases surrounding Epstein involved many allegations about powerful associates, but not all claims were substantiated or proven in court. Why the document circulated? The record surfaced because large batches of Epstein-related FBI tips and documents were released or referenced in litigation and public records requests, which is why media outlets reported on the existence of the tip. Bottom line: the document shows someone reported a claim to the FBI, but it does not confirm the allegation, and no legal action resulted from it. There are two different things that often get discussed together regarding Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. 1, a 2016 lawsuit accusing both men. 2, verified records such as Epstein flight logs and witness statements. Here's what is known from public records. 1, the 2016 lawsuit against Trump and Epstein. In April 2016, a woman using the pseudonym Katie Johnson filed a civil lawsuit in California accusing both Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump of sexually assaulting her in 1994 when she was 13. Key details of the case: the lawsuit alleged the incidents happened at Epstein's Manhattan residence. The accuser claimed Epstein forced her into sexual acts with Trump and others. The case was filed in the United States District Court for the Central District of California. What happened to the case? The lawsuit was voluntarily withdrawn twice. In November 2016, just before a scheduled press conference, the accuser dropped the case entirely. Her attorney said she received serious threats and was too afraid to proceed. Important facts: the claims were never tested in court. No evidence was presented before a judge or jury. Donald Trump denied the allegations. 2. Epstein flight logs. Flight logs from Epstein's private plane, often called the Lolita Express, were used in various court cases. Many high-profile people appeared in the logs. Donald Trump does not appear in the released flight logs tied to Epstein's plane. People who do appear include Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker. However, appearing in the logs does not mean wrongdoing. Some flights were for legitimate travel. Number 3. Trump's known relationship with Epstein. There was a social relationship in the 1990s and early 2000s. Evidence includes Trump and Epstein were photographed together at events in New York and Florida. In a 2002 interview with New York Magazine, Trump said Epstein was a terrific guy who liked beautiful women. But later, Trump reportedly banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after a dispute. The falling out reportedly happened in the early 2000s. Number 4. Trump and the Epstein investigation. A lawyer for Epstein victims, Bradley Edwards, said in interviews that Trump was not accused by his clients. Trump was one of the few people who spoke with investigators voluntarily during early investigations in Florida. The 2016 lawsuit accusing Trump and Epstein was withdrawn before trial. Trump does not appear in Epstein's known flight logs. They did know each other socially in the 1990s, but later had a falling out. No criminal charges have ever been brought against Trump related to Epstein. Over the years, there have been rumors and speculation that Jeffrey Epstein may have had connections to intelligence agencies. These claims are widely discussed, but no government investigation has proven that Epstein worked for any intelligence service. Still, the topic comes up because of comments from some people connected to the case. Here are the three agencies most often mentioned discussions. 1. The CIA, United States. The Central Intelligence Agency is sometimes mentioned in speculation because Epstein had relationships with wealthy and politically powerful individuals. His activities involved international travel and high-level contacts. However, no official evidence has shown that the CIA employed or worked with Epstein. Number 2. Mossad, Israel. The Israeli intelligence service, Mossad, is sometimes mentioned in theories suggesting Epstein may have been gathering compromising information on influential people. These claims often revolve around the idea of compromat, blackmail material, Epstein's close partnership with Ghislaine Maxwell, whose father was the late media tycoon Robert Maxwell. Robert Maxwell was accused by some historians and journalists of having ties to Israeli intelligence, though the full extent remains debated. Again, no official investigation has confirmed Epstein worked for Mossad. 3. MI6, United Kingdom. The British Intelligence Service, Secret Intelligence Service, often called MI6, is occasionally mentioned because of Epstein's connections to prominent British figures, including Prince Andrew. But there is no verified evidence linking Epstein to MI6 operations. What investigators actually confirmed? What is documented is that Epstein built relationships with politicians, billionaires, scientists, and celebrities, used his wealth and social connections to gain extraordinary access to powerful circles. His influence in elite networks, combined with the lack of full transparency around some investigations, helped fuel many theories about intelligence connections. Bottom line, claims about Epstein working for intelligence agencies remain unproven speculation, and no government inquiry has confirmed such ties.